Hello and welcome to your favorite YouTube channel Physics Learner. In my previous video, I had asked you to solve some numerical problems based on vector addition, especially on parallelogram law. Now in this video, I am going to upload the solutions of the problems. In the first problem, it was asked that there are two force vectors, one of 5 Newton and other of 12 Newton. At what angle the two vectors should be added to get the resultant vector of 17 Newton, 7 Newton and 13 Newton respectively. Here are the options. Let's see the solution now. For 17 Newton, both the vectors should be parallel. Here you can see that 17 is equal to 5 plus 12. That means the resultant becomes 17 Newton when the vector 5 Newton and 12 Newton are simply added algebraically. That is, the vectors 5 Newton and 12 Newton are satisfying the relation R is equal to A plus B. This relation can only be satisfied when the angle between the vectors is 0 degree. Similarly, for the second case, the resultant vector is 7 Newton. That is, in the second time, the resultant vector can be obtained by taking the difference between these two vectors. That means, in the second case, these two vectors, that is 5 Newton and 12 Newton, are satisfying the relation R is equal to A minus B. And we know that R is equal to A minus B is satisfied only when the vectors are antiparallel to each other. That means for the second case, that is when the resultant is 7 Newton, we can demand that the vectors 5 Newton and 12 Newton are antiparallel to each other. That is, the angle between them is 180 degree. In the next case, the resultant vector is 13 Newton. That implies that both the vectors should be perpendicular to each other. That is, the angle between them should be 90 degree. Let me explain how. As in the third case, the resultant is 13 Newton. So simply by applying parallelogram law, we can write that 13 is equal to under root 12 square plus 5 square plus 2 into 12 into 5 into cos theta, from which you have to determine the angle theta. After solving this equation, we will get cos theta is equal to 0. That implies theta is equal to 90 degree. So the correct answer is option number A. That is, for the first case, the angle between the vectors 5 and 12 Newton is 0 degree. In the second case, they are antiparallel to each other. And in the third case, that is when the resultant is 13 Newton, in that case, the vector 5 Newton and 12 Newton will be perpendicular to each other. In the next problem, it was given that two forces, 3 Newton and 2 Newton, are at an angle theta such that the resultant is R. The first force, that is the force 3 Newton, is now increased to 6 Newton and the resultant becomes 2R. Then you have to find the angle theta. Here are the options. Let's see the solution now. For the first case, A is equal to 3 Newton and B is equal to 2 Newton and the resultant is R. Therefore, by applying parallelogram law of vector addition, that is R is equal to under root A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta, we can write that R is equal to under root 3 square plus 2 square plus 2 into 3 into 2 into cos theta. And for the second case, A becomes equal to 6 Newton and B remains at 2 Newton and the resultant becomes 2R. Therefore, again applying the parallelogram law of vector addition, we can write that 2R is equal to 6 square plus 2 square plus 2 into 6 into 2 into cos theta. Now, comparing the equation 1 and 2, we can get the equation 3. Solving the equation 3, we will get cos theta is equal to minus half. That implies theta is equal to 120 degree. So, the correct answer is option number D. In the next question, it was asked that the resultant of two vectors A and B is perpendicular to the vector A and its magnitude is equal to half of the magnitude of vector B. Then, the angle between A and B is, here are the options. Let's see the solution now. In the problem, it is given that the resultant of the vector A and B is equal to half of the magnitude of the vector B. Therefore, we can write that R is equal to B by 2 and it is equal to under root A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta, where theta is the angle between A and B. This is simply by applying parallelogram law of vector addition. Again, it is also mentioned that the resultant is perpendicular to the vector A. Therefore, tan 90, as the angle between A and R is equal to 90 degree, therefore tan 90 is equal to B sin theta by A plus B cos theta, which is also an application of parallelogram law of vector addition. Now we know that tan 90 is equal to infinity. That implies that the denominator will be equal to 0. Otherwise, this term cannot become equal to infinity. Therefore, we can write A plus B cos theta is equal to 0, which implies that cos theta is equal to minus A by B. Hence, from equation 1, that is from this equation, putting the value of cos theta is equal to minus a by b and squaring both sides, we can write that b square by 4 is equal to a square plus b square minus 2a square. Now, solving this equation, we can get a relation between a and b like this. Now, put the relation between a and b in the equation of cos theta, from which you can determine the value of theta, which is nothing but 150 degree. So, the correct answer is option number B. Now, move forward to the next question. In the last question, it was given that two equal forces P each act at a point inclined to each other at an angle of 120 degree. The magnitude of the resultant is. Here are the options. Let's see the solution now. According to parallelogram law of vector addition, we know that the modulus of resultant vector is equal to under root a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. And here it is mentioned that both the vectors are equal to p, that is a is equal to b is equal to p, and the angle between the vectors is 120 degree. Therefore, the magnitude of the resultant can be written as under root p square plus 2 into p into cos theta, where theta is equal to 120 degree. Putting the value of cos 120 degree, that is minus half, we will get the magnitude of the resultant vector as p. So the correct answer is option number C. This is the solution of the questions which was asked in my previous video. I hope all the solutions are clear to you. Thank you very much.